Hi everyone, so here's lesson 3 for Year 7 Algebra. In this video we're going to look at adding and subtracting. Let's have a look at what we learnt last lesson though. We learnt that when we're multiplying, the signs go first, followed by the numbers, and then the pronumerals in alphabetical order. We learnt that if the sign is positive, we don't write it. We learnt that when we're dividing, we use fraction notation, we cancel common factors, and the negative signs go in front or up the top. And then finally we learnt that if we've got times and divide in the same question, we do them in order from left to right. So let's move on. Like terms have exactly the same pronumerals. So for example, the following are all like terms. 2xy, negative 3xy, xy, because that's the same as 1xy, remember? xy on 4 and 4yx, because the order of the pronumerals doesn't matter. Remember, y times x is the same as x times y. Now just before we move on, I want to look at a special case. Did you know that x over 4 is exactly the same as a quarter x? That's because x over 4 is the same as 1x over 4. Can you see that quarter here? So quarter times x. And that's why x on 4 and 2x are like terms. So let's test your knowledge. Which of the following are like terms? I'm hoping that you're telling me it's the first three. 14x, 2x, and negative x. 3xy isn't because it's got a y in it. 4x squared isn't because it's got an x times x. How about these? It's the a squared terms, isn't it? 3a squared, negative 4a squared, and a squared on 5. How about this one? This one's a bit harder, isn't it? It's actually the three middle ones. Now, we know why this one isn't, because it's got an n in it. But why isn't this? This one's got an m, same as all of these. Okay, this is because the m's on the denominator. This is the same as 1 divided by m. It's different to this, which is a quarter m. So when we're talking about like terms, we tend to be talking about having the same pronumerals on the numerator. All right, we're going to go back to our concrete materials, but this time we're going to look at chocolates, which is a lot more fun, isn't it? An M&M's packet is like a pronumeral M. We don't know how many chocolates they have, but we're going to assume that all of the fun-sized packets have the same number of chocolates. So what have we got here? I'm hoping you're telling me that we have got 4m. 4 lots of m. Remember, we don't write the times sign. A Smarties box has a different number of chocolates in it. Again, we don't know how many there are, but we're going to let the number of chocolates be s. So here we would have 3s. So let's see if we can add these. I've got 3m plus 1m. Now I've put the 1 in, just for ease. We wouldn't normally write that. 3m plus 1m is 4m. How about this one? 2s plus 1s, which is equal to 3s. Okay, how about this? We've got 4m plus 2m plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 individual chocolates. How would we write that? We'll write it as a sentence first. 4m plus 2m plus 7. It's going to be 6m plus 7. Can you see that this one's not going to be 13m? Okay, because there are not 13 packets of M&Ms here. This thing here is different to one of those. Okay, they're not like terms. Okay, it's a tricky one. What can we do here? Let's write it as a sentence first. We've got 3m plus 2s plus 2m plus 1s. What do you think? Can you see that we've got 5m plus 3s? Hoping you're starting to understand that only like terms can be added. Okay, we can't add m's and s's together because they represent different quantities. Let's do subtracting now. Here I've got 3m, take away 1m. You can see how I haven't written the 1 this time. What do you think that's going to be? It's easy, isn't it? It's 2m. This is a common error for students where they see this and 3m, take away m, and they write 3. But it's not 3, is it? Okay, 3 packets of M&Ms, take away 1 packet of M&Ms is 2 packets of M&Ms. So always remember that the 1 is there in spirit. So let's recap. Only like terms can be added or subtracted. So these guys are both x's. Here's an example. Let's simplify 3m plus 2m plus 5m, take away 1m. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 5 is 10, take away 1 is 9. So our answer is 9m. Okay, we're going to move away from the chocolates. Simplify the following. Here's the first question. 2x plus y plus 3x plus 2y. We can actually rearrange those and put the x's together and the y's together, and if that makes it easier for you, then do that. 2x plus 3x is 5x. Y plus 2y is 3y. Don't forget the plus sign in between. That's a common error. How about this one? 4m plus 3n, take away 1m plus 5n. Again, we can rearrange it providing we take the sign with the term. So this is a negative m. So if we rearrange it, we've got 4m, take away 1m plus 3n plus 5n. What have we got? 3m plus 8n. 2xy plus 4xy, take away 1xy plus 7. We can collect all the xy terms together, but not the 7. So 2 plus 4 is 6, take away 1 is 5xy plus 7. Now, what happens with something like this? 4m take away 7m. Okay, it doesn't go, does it? We're going to end up negative. So let's review our directed numbers. So we're going to start up here at 4 and we're going to subtract 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to end up with negative 3m. Here's another one. Negative 2x plus 4x. Let's start at negative 2 and add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Answer 2x. Here's some further examples. 2a take away 8a. Now we're going to do this without the number line, but think about where 2 is on the number line and what happens when you subtract 8. We end up negative, don't we? We end up at negative 6. But our answer is not negative 6, it's negative 6a. How about this one? Negative 4x plus 9x. Think about where negative 4 is. Add 9, we're going to the right. We're going to end up at 5. Answer 5x. What about this one? Negative x take away x. Now this is not positive x. Okay, a negative and a negative in this situation do not make a positive. That only happens when we're either multiplying two negatives or dividing two negatives. This is a negative 1, take away 1. So think about where negative 1 is on the number line and then go further negative. So we're going to end up at negative 2. Answer negative 2x. And then finally, let's put some unlike terms in. So we've got 2x plus y plus 4y, take away 3x. The first thing I'm going to do is pick up this negative 3x and bring it up here, like that. Okay, we've got 2x take away 3x, which is negative 1x. And then I've got y plus 4y, which is 5y. So altogether, I've got negative x plus 5y. So it's practice time. You can pause the video while you have a go at these questions. Let's look at the answers. 2mn take away 4nm plus 9mn. The first thing I notice is that these two are around the wrong way. They should be in alphabetical order. So it should be 4mn, which means all three are like terms, so we can add them together or subtract. So 2 take away 4 is negative 2 plus 9 is 7. Answer 7mn. 3x plus 4y plus 2x take 2y. I could turn these two around, but let's do it straight from the question, see what happens. 3x plus 2x is 5x. 4y take away 2y is positive 2y. So 5x plus 2y. 1g take away 5g. That's negative 4g, isn't it? Last one. Let's turn this around. 12a plus 5a take 2b plus 6b. Now I can see that this one's going to be 17a. I'm going to show you a quick trick for this one. I can flip these around and I avoid the negative altogether. Have a look. 17a plus, what's this? 4b. And that's our answer. So in this video and the last, we've learnt all about adding, subtracting, multiplying and dividing with algebraic expressions. So what happens when they all occur together? You got it. We use our order of operations. And our order of operations states that we do division and multiplication in order from left to right, and then we do addition and subtraction in order from left to right. 2x multiplied by negative y plus 5xy. Alright, so we're going to do the multiplication first. Do you remember what to do? Signs first. So this will be a negative, followed by numbers, 2, followed by pronumerals in alphabetical order, xy. Negative 2xy plus 5xy. What's that quick trick for doing this? Bring the 5xy at the front. 5xy take 2xy is 3xy. How about this one? 4x plus 2y take 3xy divided by y. We're going to do this division first. I'm going to turn it into fraction notation, like that. What can I do here? Cancel the y's. So what have we got left? 4x plus 2y take 3x. I have some like terms. 4x take 3x is 1x, or just x, plus 2y. There's our answer. Okay, last question. Now I've been a bit sneaky here because I've included brackets, and we haven't technically done them, but you've done them before with number, and it's exactly the same process. We know with order of operations that brackets come first. Now in this question we've got two sets of brackets. Let's look at them. Inside here we've got a subtraction, but inside here it doesn't look like we've got anything to do. It's all done. And in fact these brackets are just being used to hold that negative 6n together, and they're not really needed, so we're going to ignore those. Let's come back here. 2m take away 5m is negative 3m. So now we're going to multiply negative 3m by negative 6n. Okay, minus times a minus makes a plus. 3 times 6 is 18mn. Our answer is 18mn. Okay, that's the end of this lesson. In the next lesson, we're going to look at substitution.